Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Facebook Live. I'm sorry I caught a cold right after I got home from Kansas, so my throat is still kind of messed up. I will try and get through this without coughing or sniffling too much, but no promises. Thank you for your patience through this month. I've had to cancel all my classes. I wasn't able to be with you live. My mom was very ill. I went home to Kansas to spend some time with her. We did lose her on the 6th of December, so it's going to be kind of a strange Christmas this year, but thank you for all your thoughts and prayers while I was going through all that, and hopefully in January everything will be back to normal. But I did want to go ahead and do a Facebook Live this week. There won't be one next week because that's Christmas, and then the next week will be New Year, so it'll be a few weeks again, but I did want to get one more in before the end of the year. If you are new, I will put on my blog after this video is over all the dimensions for the papers I used here. So if you want to recreate this card or one similar to it, you can. Also, I give away my card on the next Facebook Live. So last one we did was this one. This is using a new online exclusive, something hydrangea. I forgot now what the name of it was. It's been so long. So I will tell you at the end who won that one. But tonight we are playing with Snowy Wonder. So this is in the holiday catalog, which is only live for another couple of weeks. I don't remember exactly, this very early part in January that it goes away. So if there are still some products you want from there, don't wait. I have not checked the list lately to see what's already out of stock. So check there or ask me and I can check for you. But this has a fun, it does have a season's greetings, but also has a Happy New Year. Tonight we're using Let It Snow. So it's not just a Christmas set. And it has fun, hey Kathy, fun dies that go with it. So they die cut a lot of the images from the stamps. But then there's also a couple snowflakes and a tree that you can die cut separately too. And it makes these fun snow globes, which is what we're making tonight. So let's get started. Oh, getting all wonky here. I'm going to stamp my little house first because we're going to die cut it. So this is pecan pie. And we'll just stamp. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Pierce mat. When you're using photopolymer like this, especially real solid images, it works better if you have your Stampin' Pierce mat underneath of it. It just makes a good image. All right, and then let's put that one away. Also on this piece of scratch paper, I'm going to stamp the Let It Snow. We're just going to cut it out by hand. So let's stamp it down here. All right. And then I'm going to set that aside for a minute. We'll die cut our house in just a minute. But I have already die cut this top part. This is the narrower. So there are two dies for a snow globe. There's the tall, narrow one, and then there's the fat, shorter one. And then there's a base. So this is the tall, narrower one. I'm just looking for another piece of scratch paper. Because I don't want to stamp on the edge as I'm off on the Stampin' Pierce mat. So, because I might go off the edge a little bit with these trees. So this is Garden Green. And we're just going to stamp some trees in the background. So I'm going to stamp full strength and then stamp again. And then I'm also going to And I just got ink on my thumb. Take my pool party marker. This is my light pool party, and I'm going to take the fat end, and I'm just going to create some like snowy ground here. Just a few little marks like that. That will just give the tree something to rest on and your house once we cut it out. Okay. That is all of our stamping. So let's get the die cut machine. I just have my mini. And let me grab the little house die. All right. See if I can get it to stay still enough. If not, I will use some Post-it tape. There we go. I just kind of, oh, I think it shifted on me. All right, let's just use Post-it tape, and we don't have to worry about it. It gets sticky from the double-sided tape, and so then it kind of sticks to your plate. Let's just get a piece of Post-it tape. So this is just Post-it tape. I just get it from Amazon. But it's great to use when you're die cutting something like this and you want to be sure that it doesn't move. Whoops. Of course, you have to make sure you don't move it as you're putting the tape on. All right, let's try this again. Run it through. And now we'll have, set this aside. We're done with it. Take that off. And then I just save this for another time. All right. I'll put my die away so I don't lose it. All right, so now we have our house. And let's get our scissors. So I'm just going to fussy cut this sentiment. So I'm just using our paper snips. When you're fussy cutting, it works best to move the paper and not the scissors. And then once I get down here a little bit, I'll get rid of some of this extra paper too. Now you could do that on a rectangle and it would be fine. Whoops. But I like to cut it out like that. It's kind of fun to do. Excuse me, let me get a drink real quick. Okay. Bring the rest of the pieces over. Now you may not have noticed, but there's a little bit of pom-pom trim down here. That is this pool party pom-pom trim, but I just took a piece that was wide enough for what I needed, cut it, and then cut it in half because I didn't want those pom-poms up underneath of my designer series paper. It would be kind of bumpy. So let's get all of our pieces. Where is our... Somewhere we have a snow globe that we stamped. Oh my goodness. And somewhere we have, there's our house. He's sticky. He keeps getting caught on things. And somewhere is our snow globe. Here it is. It's over here. Okay, now we have all of our pieces. So this is a pool party card base. And then I took another piece of Pool Party and ran it through our, I think it's Falling Snow. Nope, Snowflake Sky embossing folder. Just to add some more snowflakes. And I think we will do this first and put it on here before we adhere that to the card base. So let's do, what I did is I took some glue dots to get my pom-pom trim adhered to my designer series paper. This is the paper that goes with this suite. I apologize. So I'm out of practice, obviously, at doing this. It's beautiful paper, and it has snow globes, just some patterns, some snowman you can cut out, houses, holly, stripes. These will die cut, the dies will die cut those out. That's that same one, I think. Yep. Look at the little penguins, aren't they adorable? And then some trees on the back. There's the holly again. So really, really cute, fun paper. Oh, I don't want that one. Make sure I wasn't putting something away that I needed. All right, so what I did is I just, on the back of this, just took some glue dots and put them, kind of folded them over a little bit and put them right along the bottom. So I'm kind of, I don't know if you can see, but I'm kind of folding them over to make them a little skinnier. And that's what I'm going to adhere my little pom-pom trim with. I think I did 5 just to be sure it was held securely. You don't want your pom-poms coming loose. All right, one more in the corner. All right. Now I actually am going to move this, because if I don't get all of the adhesive down on the pom-pom, I don't want it sticking to that paper. When I did it on my glass mat, but this way I can pull it off of there. And then it will, whatever's left over will stick to this. So now we can just use our, let me get this out of the way. Liquid. Whenever I'm hearing something to emboss, I like to use my liquid adhesive. And then anything that's sticking up from that pom-pom will also adhere. But I like to put this on here before I attach it to the card. This one seems to be the right size, but in case I need to trim that, it's easier to do before. All right, now we can adhere this to the card. There we go. And I wanted just a little piece of the designer series paper. I had a full piece to start out with, but then that kind of got lost. So I liked it with just a little piece at the base. Oops, I do still need that. All right, then the next thing I'm going to do is take a very, very thin bit of glue on the bottom of this. Trick is to get it to come out without, okay, there we go. Because this is how I'm going to adhere the base to this. So I die cut this base out of pecan pie, and then I ran it through our timber embossing folder, so it looks like wood. All right. We're going to use that again in just a minute. Now we're ready to put the rest of this together. So I'm going to use dimensionals, and you can put some along there just to reinforce holding that together. Excuse me. Let's put one up there. This guy will go here. And then our house. I put him on a couple of dimensionals also. We have multiple layers of dimensionals on this card. And just put him wherever he makes sense with your trees. I kind of offset him a little bit so the trees would be there. And then on your Let It Snow, I'm going to put a dimensional on this side. And then a little bit of liquid glue on this side, because it's going to layer over the dome, which is already on a dimensional. There. So now the last step. So there were some snowflakes that went with this set, but they have sold out. So these I thought looked really good with it. They're kind of like, they look kind of like shimmery snowflakes to me. These are the iridescent faceted gems. And so you can just put, I'll put one here and then a couple of little ones. Oops, like that. And that is it. That's our card. So it's such a fun set. There are a few other cards. These ones, I've shared some of these on Facebook. These were a part of a class I took with my friend Kay. So this was just a great way to use up scraps of the designer series paper. This one we die cut the snowman. Some more of that pom-pom trim. Now we did use the snowflakes on these. This one we just die cut the globe, snow globe out of the paper and then created our own kind of designer series paper behind there. And then this is part of the designer series paper. And then another one we just created a snow globe. And that's that little tree you can die cut. Isn't that penguin cute? And there we just did a little V of the trim. So those are all the cards I've made with this. Again, I will put the dimensions for this on my blog shortly. And then the next time I'm back, which will probably be 3 weeks since we've got Christmas and the New Year. So in 3 weeks, I'll be back and somebody will win this. But it will still be snow time. So even though it's after the holidays, you can still use it to send to somebody for a winter birthday or something. All right. Thank you for joining me. And I will see you in a few weeks. Hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye.